To YouTube, it's your boy Black Chat, 3 long face, skinny body, and we back still black with some more fire Boruto anime, manga, content for you in the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, smash the like button, share the video with your friends, and let's talk about the Otsutsuki God is one of the many things that the Boruto anime has to do because they have been really poking at it for too long. Now, one of those things have already been checked off the list, and that's Code becoming full power, getting his limiters removed. They've been talking about that for over a year, like Code without his limiters stronger than Jin, all this other stuff, and we finally got it. Now, the hype behind the Otsutsuki God hasn't necessarily been as much on a high as much as it's been like, oh, will Boruto get his Jogan upcoming? Are they still going to include the Jogan in the story? Or thing that happened in the recent chapters of Code getting his limiters removed and we're seeing full power Code, and instances like Ada meeting Kawaki. So things like that have really been buzzing. But essentially what got me thinking is something about the Otsutsuki God and the path that Kishimoto can decide to take with this, because I can see Kishimoto deciding the Otsutsuki God being like the end game goal, in a sense where it's like a race become like that Otsutsuki God, where it's like there's a significant requirement or there's some type of role that the Otsutsuki God in myth or in lore and history, whatever, can play that affects not just like one world like the Otsutsuki world or another world or the moon or just Earth, but whole universe and all of existence, in a sense, because we see how Ishiki explains it to Code, where it's like he has to keep on devouring planet after planet until he's the sole strongest God in existence. So that will obviously have some type of effect on the ninja world and the shinobi that live on planet Earth. Thinking of it in a sense like a race to become the Otsutsuki God, and who will we see reach that pinnacle, beer for the mere fact that it's been talked about enough in the Boruto manga to understand that, okay, Ishiki had this like mapped out, and he envisioned himself being in that like position where it's like he entrusted everything and he left everything with Code. Now, the race to becoming an Otsutsuki God, I can see that shit turning into an arc that proves to be like an introduction into like the Otsutsuki world and into meeting more Otsutsuki, because we understand, based off of words previously stated by Ishiki, Momoshiki, and even Ishiki and shit like that, that there are other Otsutsukis. There's other Otsutsuki's that are able to be aware of, for the most part, not necessarily, we don't know how they are, seeing things, sensing things, understanding things, or just being in tune like that, but being aware of the events that are going down on planet Earth. So they are in tune with things that, okay, Kaguya hasn't returned, go check on Kaguya. Oh, they seeing, all right, this nigga Teneri was trying to do some funny money shit with Hinata. Now this nigga Boruto was born. He's been playing around, you know, unlocking Boruto's powers, tapping into Boruto's Jogan Eye in the anime and shit like that. So there's a whole lot of things that the Otsutsukis, wherever the fuck they are, they're able to be aware of the things that they can see in the shinobi world. Who's to say, just like Ishiki, there's another Otsutsuki probably somewhere in that power level or somewhere in that realm where their goal, their aim, and their race is to become the one sole Otsutsuki God, and being as like it's probably a race amongst the races or something like that, because we do understand there is a hierarchy in the Otsutsuki clan and they have laws and orders that they have to follow. So it can be where it's maybe a royal family or probably one particular Otsutsuki in general who is aiming to become this Otsutsuki God, or maybe it has connections to whatever Otsutsuki Ishiki was doing, and we have to see, all right, what's Ishiki's connection with the main family of the Otsutsuki clan? What's Kage's connection with the main family of the Otsutsuki clan? You know, what's Momoshiki's connection with the main family of the Otsutsuki clan? Kage is referred to a princess. We understand the goddess and all that extra stuff is names given to her for her role and her status played on planet Earth. But in terms of the Otsutsuki clan, she still is referred to as a princess. So is she somehow part of that royal family? Maybe the royal family is seeking to have a specific Otsutsuki member become the Otsutsuki God for some type of all purpose, or like, you know what I'm saying, grand wish, however you want to look at it, is going to have an ultimate effect on the entire universe. And in a sense, niggas not trying to be destroyed, niggas not trying to be erased out of existence. So obviously figures like Boruto and Kawaki will play a role, including Code. Those will be the 3 most likely candidates to reach the ultimate Otsutsuki goal, because they are 3 very special cases. Now, the way things have been approached so far in the story, I can see Ishiki Otsutsuki as being the one of the main, or one of the rare Otsutsukis who's reached that pinnacle of power, or probably getting as close as he was with all his special dojutsu eye and shit like that, just by the way he carried himself with his arrogance. You know, with Momoshiki, he was known for being arrogant, in the sense like Ishiki had humility in a sense, even off screen where we see Momoshiki, he's still referred to as, you know, he's still referred to probably people who are in charge or higher ups when he's talking about Kaguya not reporting back and him having to basically take up her job and her position and shit like that. We've never seen Ishiki where it's been off screen or, you know what I'm saying, where he's in Jigen form talk about something or something greater, in a sense where it's like he's not going on his just own shit. Not to say like my nigga Momoshiki always been on that black area for his energy, but we understood that Momoshiki was sent on a mission. Now, in the sense of Ishiki coming to Earth with Kaguya, yes, we understand that is also an Otsutsuki mission, but he's never been once reminisced or thought about the condition or whatever state the Otsutsuki clan was in, wherever the fuck they reside at. He only focused on becoming the Otsutsuki God and spent all his time on Earth figuring out how to get to that goal, not just like, oh, I need to bring the Otsutsuki chakra fruit and report back to the clan and shit like that. We never heard that. We never seen that coming from Ishiki one time. So does he have some type of connection into the main Otsutsuki family? His ultimate existence in this whole thing plays a key part, because now we have two remnants, with Kawaki being a second embodiment damn near of Ishiki and Code being left the legacy of Ishiki. Those are two very rare cases. In a sense, we understand how rare it is to find a compatible person for the Karma Seal. In Code's case, it's never been done or heard of before to our knowledge, where it's like, okay, he has a completely weaponized karma with all the power and most of the ability of the Otsutsuki that granted it to him. In a sense, he's not used as a vessel, but just a weapon. In Kawaki's case, he was completely compatible on sync, like bar for bar with this nigga Ishiki, and his body was scientifically built to be even stronger than what it would be to on a regular sense. With Boruto, now we understand he had very special Otsutsuki genetic genes, and his Jogan eye, and even upon Momoshiki looking into Boruto's eye, understanding, well, he deeply inherited powers of the Otsutsuki. So Momoshiki hit the jackpot 1 in a million, finding a perfect vessel that didn't even need to be augmented in any way, shape, or form in Boruto. Now, all three of these are special occasions, and I believe that they fit the best scenario in reaching the ultimate end goal of reaching the Otsutsuki God. And seeing a race to reach that, I don't believe that's too far-fetched for Kishimoto. In a sense, he knows, in perspective of Boruto and Kawaki in general should know as well, Code is not going to stop until he gets his goal. Now he figures out, all right, it may be pointless just to keep on trying to kill these niggas, because once I become the Otsutsuki God, they're going to die anyway, and just start going after that. Might come across a decision where they have no choice but to have an Otsutsuki God, meaning that Code pushes the plan so far up to a point where there's no turning back, but they still have an opportunity to prevent him from becoming that figure, whereas Boruto might take it upon himself, taking up Sasuke's mantle ultimately as the Shadow Hokage. Like, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice, I'm gonna shoulder all of this shit, I'm gonna become the Otsutsuki God, I'm gonna take all of this shit into my shoulders, because at the end of the day, you can't leave something that crazy, that immense into the hands of someone like Code, who obviously has bad intentions for planet Earth and doesn't really care for the humans on it. Now, someone like Kawaki might just figure out he has no other choice but to go away, that he decides to go. And we also understand that the confrontation and the conflict we're seeing between him and Boruto at the start, and it also leads me to believe, a lot of people talk about, well, what the fuck is going on between both Boruto and Kawaki? Why is the village destroyed? What's going on in the world in that current state? You feel me? Like, at that point, is it really so destroyed just in the Hidden Leaf village, in one of the strongest villages in the entire world? Is it something that has a huge catastrophic effect traveled across all of the 5 great shinobi nations, and we're just being pinned down on the scene that we see with both Boruto and Kawaki? Does it have some type of lingering effect with the Otsutsuki? We still have to remember, yes, Momoshiki's prophecy, but also Toneri's prophecy of Boruto being the star of hope, his eyes being all of that extra shit. So it's not just to say, all right, Boruto's going to be the one that, all right, yeah, he can stop all of this shit or just find a way to fight Code or match Code's power, but he's going to do something that basically brings the hope back to humanity, so it has to be taken away in the first place, in a sense where Code gets this close to becoming that Otsutsuki God, or possibly even becoming the Otsutsuki God, and someone like Boruto or someone more compatible, whoever knows what stance Kawaki takes by the end of the story, takes that place to carry that burden for the better of the shinobi world, versus Code, who's obviously going to have destructions and mad negative shit in his plans with all of that stuff mixed in together. But a race to the Otsutsuki God, I still don't even want it to spend all of that art, all of that time in that type of art just focusing on those three, despite I believe because of their rare situations, Code, Boruto, or Kawaki will be the ones to reach that power level first in the story. I want to see the perspectives of the other Otsutsuki, or possibly even the royal Otsutsuki family, whoever is the Otsutsuki that is leading the Otsutsuki clan, that is able to put the whole entire law order in structure and send other Otsutsukis out on missions, was Ishiki's connection to that type of family or to that type of leadership, and is that type of person who's leading the Otsutsuki, whatever world they're at, leading and aiming to become the Otsutsuki God, or is it aiming for, like I said earlier, to have someone in that royal family probably to become the Otsutsuki God for some type of positive effect, or whatever, something else we don't know that still has to be revealed with all of the information. However, man, I'm enjoying all of the things that's been going down with Ada, that's been going down with the Kara organization, that's been going down with Damon. I think the eye is on the greater prize, though, in terms of referring to Boruto's Jogan and how much more longer we have until we start seeing more Otsutsukis being implemented into the story. And then also now, like I said, obviously the whole reason of this video, the Otsutsuki God, and who will actually become that figure, because it's not something that they're going to bring up in the story and then just completely butcher. So in a sense, they brought up full power code, a person that's stronger than Jigen. Now we've seen that person and we've yet to see what he's able and capable to do, but we understand that that has been the case and he's been released. So it's about time for things like Kawaki meeting Ada, you know, things like Boruto's Jogan, and things like the Otsutsuki God coming closer and closer into fruition with the manga. But leave your thoughts below, leave your comments below. Let me know what y'all think on a possible race to the Otsutsuki God arc in the Boruto story, and do y'all want to see the developments and expansion on other Otsutsuki in the story? And do y'all believe, like me, that the special figures like Code, Boruto, or Kawaki will be the ones who ultimately reach that peak in the first place? Leave your thoughts below, share the video below. Until my next video, you already know, holla at your bro. I'm holla at y'all, block out. Yes, sir, ski.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high. Cocoa butter hips on the west side. She said